agenda today, we are talking about a topic which affects us all, children, adults, senior citizens, everybody, because it is the issue of branded versus generic medicines. It's the new campaign and initiative of the government of India, which was launched some time ago but has got a new thrust as Prime Minister Narendra Modi talked about bringing in the bill which will make it compulsory for all government doctors and will also advise private doctors to only prescribe. When they write their prescriptions down, they should only prescribe generic medicines instead of branded. Now, what kind of difference will that create? Well, let me just give you an instance. Take the common paracetamol. Now, when you buy a branded one, you can pay about 12 rupees, 11 rupees if you're buying a Crocin, a branded one. Well, the generic one costs only a little more than 2 rupees. But here's the catch. Many say that doctors aren't even taught the right way of having and prescribing such medicine. We're also told that if you go to a chemist with the generic name, they won't know what to give you. So how exactly is India equipped to deal with this new initiative that's been started? The aim and objective is very noble. When the Health Ministry sent out their directive to the Medical Council and other people last month, they were very clear. They have said, among other things, that on medicines brands, whenever you have the pack, you have to have the generic name written in twice the font size. So it's very, very clear. They're also saying that it has to be, the font and everything has to be clear. They're also saying that Medical Council of India has to tell everyone, and they've also written to states to do that. States and other stakeholders have to get back to the center in 45 days. But our guests over here, and also we have lots of questions. Remember, this affects us all because a lot of people have been saying whenever we go to the chemist, they only know, they don't have the brand which a particular doctor has prescribed, and then the chemists don't know what to do. There's also the other problem which has been dealt with by those advocating for generic medicines. They're saying it's the pharma companies who are bribing the doctors to pay and prescribe a certain brand. So how will you break that kind of nexus between the doctor and the giant pharma companies? To talk about it, we have Dr. Meera Shiva, who has been in the sector of public health for a long time now. They are the ones who have been fighting for this cause. We also have Dr. Rajiv Sood, who is a member of the Medical Council of India. He is also the Dean of the RML Hospital, a government hospital here in Delhi. And representing the private sector, we have Dr. Harit Chaturvedi of Max. He's chairman of Max Oncology. Representing the pharma sector, we have Keval Handa, who's the former MD of Pfizer. So let's just get started. There are so many questions about it all. First of all, Dr. Meera Shiva, I have to ask you, how bad is the pharma-doctor nexus?
Well, if it had been very, I would say things were okay, then the need for uniform code for pharmaceutical marketing practices would not have needed to have been brought in. How it's implemented is another story. But the issue is that not all doctors are irrational and exploitative. Because then one should make clear, because everyone shouldn't just drum. I myself am a doctor. The issue is that when the costliest brands are prescribed because of the influence of the companies, because 80 to 90 or 100 drugs are the ones that mainly doctors prescribe. Which are these drugs, which will be these drugs, is decided because of many factors. But we are taught in medical college in generic names. All medical literature, all medical journals are in generic names. The generic names are mainly single ingredient.
Yes.
Branded drugs, many of them are, fixed dose combinations, etc., which don't exist in many countries. So the question
on
is,
which there was a recent ban as well by the government.
and which got unfortunately lifted because of the stay orders, the companies.
Because of, yeah,
Yes.
right.
So, but see so you cannot, when you say brand and generic, for single ingredient you can have this equation.
Right.
But large number of brands are combinations, and the ingredients and the dosage of that, many of the doctors themselves do not, look carefully. So like I was mentioning, when drugs are promoted, they are promoted as brand names. But when the banning takes place by the drug control, etc., it's in the name of generics.
Okay.
And doctors do not know which are the brands that have been banned. So the question...
So you're telling me there's a complete ignorance with a lot of the doctor community and medical community about this. Let me just throw a figure at our viewers, which you tell me how that works as well. Because Dr. Sood was just telling me before the show started, it is impossible to have, and this is Dr. Sood should know, he is a senior government doctor. Dr. Sood is telling me it is impossible to have a law like this to only have generic medicines. And because look at the figures right now, 70% of India's pharma market, 70% is dominated only by branded. So that is what we are talking about. And the initiative now is to stop it, to completely erase that. So it is a Herculean task. You were telling me it's almost impossible. Why do you say that?
See, nothing is impossible, first of all. It is possible, but it can be by evolution, not by revolution. There are many steps, right, for in this direction. It is not only that doctors are prescribing. If you write brand name, where the patient will go? One, that it is not legible, it has been told, that what the doctor has written. Doctor has been told whole medical education is in the language where the others are not understanding, right? So even if it is legitimate, is the patient understanding? He is not supposed to understand. Who is supposed to understand is the pharmacist.
That's a
That
handwriting
is one.
Okay.
Handwriting is not a problem which has been mentioned.
Okay.
I don't agree, and I am very clear. No doctor will agree that handwriting is the problem.
Okay.
Now, second thing,
Yeah.
that you are writing the generic medicine.
Yeah.
Now I am asking you that generic medicine, when you go, where is this generic medicine available?
It's not available?
You are leaving it to the chemist, which medicine, which brand is to be given.
But
And,
it's paracetamol.
Paracetamol, you're right. He may give any brand. There are 200 brands. And this doctor...
Somebody has to take that call.
Yeah, Dr. Chaturvedi
Either the doctor-
of Max, yeah.
Either the doctor or the pharmacist. Somebody take the call. You write paracetamol. There are 10 brands in paracetamol.
What's wrong? What if
So
what
there's
if I
nothing
go
wrong
and
in
say,
writing paracetamol.
sir, I want the cheapest paracetamol?
Yeah, very good. So take the cheapest. So people should have a choice. You
But
must
we are not given a choice, right, Dr. Shiva?
But
No, as a patient,
No.
and you have to understand the patient goes to the doctor when they're vulnerable.
I will tell you one
They
more
want to get better.
I'll tell
They
you one more
don't
thing.
want to go there if
Absolutely.
their parents are
I-
ill. They don't want to go and say, please give me the cheapest medicine. They trust their doctor,
Absolutely.
right, sir?
Absolutely. This relationship of trust has to be respected and should be protected as much as possible. Each time we question the ethics of the whole game, we are actually putting everybody in the dock. What Dr. Seva said is very critical. That not everybody is like that. Let us not.
Okay, sir, but
let us not
70%.
create a pit.
Yeah.
That is what 70% or 80% or 90% is your understanding.
No, sir,
And
these
then
are
we-
industry figures.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. So that's fine. Okay, I'm just
I will.
saying that let us not bring it to that
But can
level.
can you listen to what the Prime Minister said?
Yeah.
Can you from
Yeah.
today only prescribe generic medicines? Can you do that, sir?
Absolutely.
You can do that.
So let me do a couple of things more I want to add to that. I am very much fine with that, but I have had patients and I have patients every week who tell me I deal with cancer. I'm an oncologist.
Yes, sir.
They come and tell me that I don't want the cheapest drug. They come from government hospital, tell me I'm a government employee. हम अपने अस्पताल की दवाई नहीं लेंगे वहाँ L1 टेंडर निकलता है डॉक्टर साहब उसकी क्वालिटी कोई भरोसा नहीं मुझे
No, but sir, that
I'm
is
just
only
giving
one kind of patient.
Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm talking about one kind of patient also.
Yeah.
There's another kind of patient who's looking only for the
No,
cheapest.
but sir, can you do what the Prime Minister is asking
we
all
have to
doctors
do. We are citizens and we will
No, but
respect and abide by
how
the law.
possible? How practical is it?
So practical, there are challenges. We'll overcome those
Like
challenges.
what challenges?
As Dr. Sood said, that 70% of market is not generic. Only 30% generic. So you mean all the pharma industry? India is the fourth largest or one of the biggest pharma company centers in the world.
Yeah.
And we create all these things, we create huge mistrust in the pharma industry and in the whole mechanism of work.
No, I'll only
I
mention
know, I'll
one
come back
thing.
to you. Yeah.
I will focus that it is unfair to target only doctors, right? Doctors are very fair. They are educated. They are writing anything to the patient so that patient is benefited. As Dr. Saab has
So who's at
rightly,
fault?
I am telling the whole system is at fault. And how it is at fault,
Okay,
I am telling you.
I'll ask the pharma company
Yeah.
that, but before that, Dr. Shiva wants to say something. Yeah.
So the thing is, this bit is one small bit in a whole scheme of things.
Right.
Unless you have a rational drug policy,
Right.
where the students are taught rational use of drugs, because you can have a hazardous generic drug,
Right.
it should not be in the market. You can have fixed dose combinations which should not be in the market, the 344.
More important.
Many of them
But
are.
ma'am, that's a long-term
No,
thing.
no,
We have to
it's
start
not
somewhere.
long term. It's not long term. It's now in the Supreme Court. There are combinations of antibiotics, emergence of
Okay,
antibiotic
so you're talking about
resistance.
educating the doctor. Fine.
No, I'm not talking. I'm talking
Yeah.
about the policy decision. These drugs should not be in the market. Why should you blame a doctor for writing something irrational if it's in the market? You know, that's one thing. Second thing is that there's a national list of essential medicines.
Right.
There were free medicine scheme which in the manifesto it was there, you know, when the government came. Now, Tamil Nadu and Rajasthan and Delhi, when Dr. Harshvardhan was the health minister and Dr. Ranjit Roy Chaudhary, they had a Delhi essential drug policy.
Right.
So you bulk purchase essential medicine in generic name.
These states have done that.
They've
Delhi,
done it.
Rajasthan,
The prices
and
are
Tamil Nadu.
1/3.
In Delhi.
Well, now the
But the
policy
center hasn't
went.
done
No,
that.
the policy went. You know, because there was a change of the government. But the question is, there are many ways to bring down the prices and ensure rationality. It's not just a question of price.
Fair
it's
enough.
a question of quality.
Okay.
Every drug in the market should be of quality. So that's why you have the GMP, which is good manufacturing practices. The issue of storage. You have
Okay. Ma'am, just one second. I just wanted to go across to the former Pfizer MD, Keval Handa. Keval Handa, as Dr. Chaturvedi was pointing out, that people say that, it will affect the pharma industry which is, and India is known for its, pharma industry. But a lot of others have argued that pharma industries are anyway making profit. This is about what is good for the patients, what is good for the citizen. How do you respond to the new directives that have come out by the government?
So I
Mr.
think
Handa?
Prime Minister made two statements, that he said that the prices have been reduced, and which is a fact that we have reduced prices. Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Can you hear me? So I think Prime
Yes,
Minister
go
made a
ahead, Mr.
statement that the
Handa, go
drug
ahead.
prices have reduced. You have seen that the industry is almost reeling with the price control. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
sir. Yes. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now? So I said, the Prime Minister said the prices have been reduced. The industry is reeling under price control. Now, under this price control scenario, you have seen two types of products, branded generics and generic products. I want to ask everybody, have you seen a price difference between these two products under price control? I don't think so you have seen that. The branded generics are almost about 30,000 brands today, accounting for more than 90% of the market. It's not 70, it's more than 90% of the market. If you are looking at patient safety, today you can launch a generic product 4 years after a new product has been launched. There is no bioequivalence, there is no safety test, there is no efficacy test done. Do you know that these products are just mixed and brought into the marketplace? How sure you are that it's good for the patients? Do you have any system of monitoring this product? I will give you a very recent study by the government themselves of CDCO, which says for the government purchases, I'm talking about government purchase now, 10% of the products are non-standard quality products. Even in government, they are buying non-standard quality products. And if you move to these generic products, without having checks and systems in place, there are only 10 government labs. They are inadequate in terms of facilities, infrastructure, columns, in terms of test lab equipments, people. How are you going to test it? The
Handa, I
audit
get
system
you're
is not in
pointing
place.
out the loopholes in the system right now, something that Dr. Shiva was also pointing out. But we're talking about this particular notification and whether it is an effective means or not. I just wanted to quickly take one question before we go to what did you want to ask the doctors? Yeah.
I want to ask Mr. Sood that
Dr. Sood, yeah.
Dr. Sood that Medical Council of India has been promoting generic medicines, but doctor has been complaining about the quality issues and the medicines are not properly stocked in customer market. So how can we come to the solution for this problem?
Is that true? There's a problem in storage?
There is a problem in storage also. Now the problem is that Medical Council of India, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, we in government hospitals, also medical associations, Delhi Medical Association, Indian Medical Association, medical councils of the state, all are saying write generic medicine. Now availability. First of all, storage. Some medicines are requiring the proper storage and efficacy depends on the storage. Shelf life depends on the
You're
storage.
agreeing with this?
100%.
And now coming to this, every medicine at particular temperature has the shelf life. You have to see all the characteristics. And if you say that generic medicines are to be given, it is not for the doctors first to be implemented it. I'll tell you the solution.
Okay.
You tell all the chemists across the country will store only generic medicine. Let doctor write anything. They will give generic medicines. That is simple. Why to blame the doctors? The problem is the simple solution we are not looking at. And you say that all are will now the other thing will come.
Other thing, just save that. We're going to take a short break on agenda. Be right back with lots of questions on this very important issue of drug pricing. Is it possible to only prescribe generic medicines? On agenda, we're talking about the government's direction to the Medical Council of India, to all of the doctors. They must only prescribe generic medicines. But a lot of the doctors here, even the ones campaigning for cheaper medicines, rational use of medicines, are saying there are huge issues with that. Dr. Chaturvedi, you were telling me why it is that you prescribe some branded medicine. Explain to our viewers.
So it's not that we prescribe branded medicine. For every, as you just understood, that it takes from preparing the medicine, the good practices for good drugs, which includes the cold chain maintenance of the drug till it reaches the pharmacy and thereafter dispersion and all that. So the point is that we know in every segment 4 or 5 drugs will have equal quality. Few of them are not up to the mark. Just because they're generic, if we keep writing them and don't get value, the patient will get frustrated and sometimes outcomes will be affected.
That's a very important point which the government perhaps must address. So what the doctor is saying is, if you prescribe a particular brand, you are sometimes assured that it's going to be good quality. Explain also the other bit about the industry, how economically that many people are coming from abroad for medical tourism.
So medical tourism, India has become a hub for medical tourism.
Right.
When we apply these rules, we are sending a message out there that actually we are looking for cheaper, cheapest. Whether it's about the stents or the drugs or whatever. And then the medical tourism will gradually actually be eroded because people will lose faith that we'll get the right medicines, the right support, right infrastructure. That will be critical.
Okay, so that's exactly what many of the pharma sectors have also been saying. Ma'am, I'll come to you in just a bit. What is the question that you had?
My question is to you that why aren't the all medicines available in government hospital? Either it is generic or branded. They only provide paracetamol, crocin, etc. medicines. Only cheaper medicines.
I'll tell you that in all government hospitals, medicines are given free of cost. We have some essential medicines, life-saving medicines. It is the endeavor of all states, all services and government of India to provide the basic medicines. Now you need sometimes special medicines, right, for particular ailment. And those special medicines are then to be procured from outside. If 3,000 drugs are there, we cannot have the pharmacy in government hospital or the dispensary for 3,000 drugs. So there has to be some checklist.
Okay.
How many brands you can, how many generics you can give.
So Dr. Shiva, hearing all these kind of, very complex problems and why doctors do prescribe branded medicines, what is the middle ground? What would you advise the government?
I would say bring a rational drug policy. We have no drug policy since 1994.
Right. So we had a national health policy, but we don't have a drug
We have
policy.
a national pharmaceutical pricing policy and drug price control order 2013. And only 10% of the drugs are under price control. So all the hoo-ha made that, we are suffering and all. Huh? So that's...
So they need to bring in more drugs under price control.
The issue is, you can ensure free medicine. You to procure, you to manufacture, procure, distribute, make it available. You to do the whole thing. And good manufacturing practices, Schedule M, certification.
Okay.
I want to add just one more
Yes,
thing.
ma'am, very quickly. We are running out of time.
And the issue is, if they are branded drugs, that assumption that they are not made on loan licensing by small manufacturers, that's not correct. Because what happens,
Right.
they are outsourcing, getting it made by small. It's written marketed by the big dads. But it is many of them. So if it's
So it's not just the big pharma,
no,
it's
not.
also the small manufacturer.
No,
Okay.
they are making it and being marketed by the big.
Okay.
But also the other important thing is, same companies, big companies also, are making branded drugs and they're also making generic drugs. So how can this be of quality and this be of bad quality? And we have 1.2%.
Okay, so that's a contradiction in what they are saying.
One
Okay.
last thing.
Yeah.
1.2% is our health budget. 2.5% increase will be in 2025. 55 million people go below poverty line because of the expenditure on medicine.
Okay, so those are some things for our policymakers to think about. It is an issue which concerns all of us. So hopefully, major insight we've got into this new policy. But obviously, as the stakeholders are saying, lots more thought needs to go into it. So we hope that the government will look at that. That's it on Agenda. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Very